Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Welcome to the OK Bud podcast, the podcast where everything's going to be okay, bud. I'm Ben Kissel on Instagram at BenKissel1. Jerry Aquino is not with us today, but we are honored to have with us a friend from the Death and Entertainment podcast, Alejandro Dowling.
Hello there.
You can also find him exclusively on Instagram under the Death and Entertainment name.
Yeah.
There it is. And Kyle Plouffe at Kyle Plouffe. Thank you all so much for joining. If you want to watch live, go to patreon.com/diebud. Just $10 a month. You can watch every show live. You can see me getting bigger and smaller because yesterday I decided to order from 3 different restaurants and eat it all around a 2-hour time period. So today, one would say, I'm bigger.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? And of course, you can email the show at okbudpod@gmail.com. All right, couple of updates. Last episode, we talked about the Preppy Princeton murderer, Matthew Hurtigan, who killed his little brother and the family cat. We learned at the time that then he lit the apartment that he was in on fire in order to make it look like a blaze took out his little brother and the cat. But it turns out the cat was what he actually set on fire.
Yeah.
So he stabbed his little brother with a knife and then took a golf club to him because he's preppy. And then he lit the cat on fire. And that's when the cops arrived and were like, hey, what's going on here? And they immediately arrested him for murder.
Jeez. So he was using the cat as a fire starter?
It's very ironic because this also took place at the Michelle Muse apartment complex, which does sound like it's owned and operated by cats.
Yeah. Michelle meows.
Indeed.
Not for very long.
So Hurtigan called 911 and was like, there's a fire and there's a dead body around. And he didn't do a very good job of covering any of it up. He was quickly arrested. He's 31. He has been charged with murder. So the update is he didn't just kill the cat. He burnt the cat alive.
If he just chilled out and just allowed the cat and the apartment to burn down, he would have bought himself enough time to possibly get away with it.
But then how many people he's going to kill in this apartment complex?
Well, I mean, at that point, yeah, you're looking at a lot of people going down.
That's the ballsy part about, I mean, I get you set a house on fire. You kill your family, you set the house on fire.
Yeah.
That's 1-2 math, right? But he's in an apartment complex. It's a bit of a different scenario.
I don't get what goes through the mind of some of these people. Even my cousin, we talked about it on the Death and Entertainment podcast. He's on trial this year.
This is insane, by the way.
For killing an old couple that he was living with and then throwing the dog in the oven.
This is your cousin.
Yes. The first baby I ever picked up.
Was the kid?
Yeah. Thank God I put him down, huh?
Holy hell. Did you feel evil inside of him?
I mean, at that point, no, but he started doing all these crazy things like setting people up on Snapchat and then having a girl being like, come meet me down by the river. And then he would show up with a baseball bat and hit him over the head and steal his money and stuff. Like,
what?
Doing crazy shit. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, that trial, we'll have to cover that.
Yeah. It's coming up this year. So
are you going to go?
No.
You don't want to support
sit on his side and be like, he's innocent.
I held him as a baby, Your Honor.
They're like, all right, you're going too.
He was such a cute baby, the way he would piss and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Could be a character witness.
Yeah. Bad.
Sounds like he was a bad dude.
Yeah.
This is according to a high-ranking New Jersey police source. They say the brutality of the homicide and in an Ivy League town shocked most detectives.
Yeah. So we don't know the motive yet?
I think the guy became jealous of his younger brother, probably really annoyed with the cat because they were fighting over food or a toy or something. He was a former soccer player in college, and it reeks to me of just the dude grew up in privilege, and now he's a 31-year-old loser, can't handle it, and he freaked out.
Yep.
Wow.
So now he's going to go spend the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah, and this is such a shocking story. We were talking about yesterday. All the police showed up, and there was the neighbor that was there, saw the line of police cars, and was like, oh, a celebrity must be here.
That's how not ready for murder they were.
Yeah.
Wow. So the brothers came from a very wealthy family. They moved from a $1.1 million home in Toms River to ritzy Princeton. And $1.1 million in Toms River, that's going to get you a nice house. That's not Brooklyn 1.1 million. That's not Los Angeles 1.1 million. You're going to get a multi-story, maybe a yard, probably a pool, maybe even on Tom's River.
Yeah, you get the whole river.
And Tom.
But one thing we've learned is that privilege and wealth does not buy sanity or happiness. Look at the Menendez brothers.
And I'm reminded of Robert Durst.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember how crazy that docuseries of him just waiting outside his brother's home and just watching the surveillance camera of Robert Durst's weird body, old man antics, just outside of your house being like, what the fuck is my little brother doing here?
Jesus.
Absolutely horrifying. And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that pesky director.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, Jarecki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who invented movie phone.
He directed movie. He invented movie phone.
Movie phone.
Yeah, him and his brother. And then he went on to do a documentary called Capturing the Freedmans, which
Yes.
is great.
Yes.
And then, of course, the movie with Ryan Gosling and Kirsten Dunst that was based on Robert Durst.
Oh.
Remind me the title. That was...
What was it about? Oh, the Jinx?
yeah. Oh, no, but the movie version with Kirsten Dunst.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got to do a Google. We need a Google
No,
search.
All Good Things it was called.
yes. That was the name of the
So
store.
Robert Durst saw that movie and liked it, even though it's, it makes him look bad.
I really think you covered. I think you got my essence.
Yeah. And so that's why he sat down with him for the Jinx. So he's just an egotistical narcissist.
I spelled Beverly wrong.
And that's probably the same with this Ivy League killer here.
Absolutely. You grew up in privilege and all of a sudden reality hits you in the face and you're like, oh, wait, but don't you know who my dad is?
Yeah.
Like when Michael Jordan's son got pulled over for drinking and driving. He's like, but I'm the son of the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, which is true.
Oh, man.
It's very insane. Another high-ranking police source says, it's incredibly tragic. Matthew Hurtigan came from what appeared to be a perfect all-American family.
They're never perfect.
Nope. They say no one could have predicted that something like this would happen. To have it end in such violence is shocking, and the loss of his brother Joseph is devastating.
You know what, though? I just think that after all these years of Dayline NBC, all these small towns where they say, oh, it could never happen here. We were so shocked. I think it's established. Murder can happen anyway.
Yeah.
We named the town No Stabsville, and all of a sudden this guy is stabbing everybody.
Yeah, like
And he's
stop
not-
being shocked.
Also, I'm so sick of the trope of like, they were an all-American family. An all-American family is living below the poverty line, 5 people to a 2-bedroom.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the all-American family.
And
It's like-
violent.
Exactly. As we talked about with Jerry Springer, which that episode will be coming out tomorrow for the
Yes.
Death and Entertainment show. That is the all-American.
Yeah.
That is the collage of Americana
Yeah.
that he provided us. Obviously, pulling the curtain back
Of course, it's a
on
little
this
more
great country.
It's a little more extreme. You don't always burn down the house with the cat.
You don't
Sometimes
always do that,
It's
no.
just, verbal spars, a couple punches at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Well, we've covered a lot on this show. A lot of people throwing pies, some people hitting each other with dildos. That's your all-American family feud.
Yeah.
Right.
So the way that the police officers are talking about this, it does show just how sympathetic almost they are to Matthew Hurtigan. Being like, man, buddy, you had everything going for you. It's really sad that you ruined your life. And it's like, no, he's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
This person deserves whatever is coming to him. So he has been charged with first-degree murder, weapon offenses, and animal cruelty.
Yeah. They're saying the day before the murder, he was posting himself on Facebook Marketplace selling this cat toy next to his head.
That's what he was doing in that picture?
Yeah.
God.
So for $7.99, you could have bought this cat toy that, could have went to the cat that was on fire.
And it looks disgusting in the picture. Like it's an afterthought in the picture. It's not even the centerpiece. It's like a gross carpet, his head. He doesn't even need to be in the ad.
No.
No, he really doesn't. Also, it's like, isn't your cat going to want that? And he's like, no. I'm going to burn it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to let it on fire so the cat's not going to want the toy.
Yeah. And on Facebook, he was posting full eerie poems talking about verses that included knives sharpening and blood oozing out of his eyes. So he was not doing well.
He was doing poetry, huh?
Jesus.
You can't trust a poet.
No, never.
You really, I don't know why.
Yeah.
From Edgar Allan Poe all the way to Morrison. All the way to Jim Morrison. You just can't trust a poet.
Morrissey.
Or Morrissey. Which, is that true that Morrissey got involved in the Drake feud with Kendrick Lamar?
What?
Because I read somewhere, and this is only the top-notch research that I've done here. I read somewhere that Morrissey somehow injected himself into the feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. But I couldn't really find anything on it. But if that did happen, that would be one of the single greatest things of all time. Because Morrissey is so excruciating. Good musician, but he's an excruciating person.
Well, yeah, when I saw him way back in the day at the Eagles Ballroom, you should know.
In Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Of course.
He advised us all to put away our cigarettes because he doesn't like smoking.
No. How about I bought my fucking ticket? I bought my ticket. That was the same thing with the punk band Fugazi. Mm-hmm. Which I did like their music. I went through a big punk phase, and Fugazi does have good music, but you couldn't drink at the shows, you couldn't smoke, you couldn't do any drugs.
Straight edge.
And I'm like, this is not. CM Punk has made it popular with the WWE, but I'm from the Stone Cold era.
Yeah.
And that's how I like my rock stars to be living.
Absolutely.
Anyway, if Matthew is convicted, he faces up to 30 years to life in prison.
It should be life.
Well, it's 32 life.
Yeah.
But again, he comes from money. He's white. He's the preppy killer. They're probably going to give him the 30.
Affluenza.
Affluenza?
Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Affluence?
Another case of affluenza. Yeah, he's,
All right. Well, let's move on.
Spoiled, rich, evil kid,
Yes.
basically.
I mean, he's still going to get 30 years, so he would be out at 61. I mean, who knows how well he's going to do in prison. Although a lot of times these real psychopaths, because his parents are going to give him some money probably.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a lot of stamps. He's going to have a lot of different kind of fruit. Like, was it like the Kool-Aid? They don't use Kool-Aid, and I think it's Flavor Aid or something they use.
Or he could run into. I mean, Mike Tyson was a lunatic, but he loved pigeons, and if you fucked with a pigeon, he would beat you half to death. There might be someone in prison that's like, I love cats, and you're fucking dead.
Well, they do the cat programs oftentimes for rehabilitation.
Oh, dude,
he
he's done.
Take care. He might very well be done.
Yeah, don't fuck with cats.
Mm-hmm.
God, that documentary was something else too.
Oof.
What a psychopath. What was the name of that guy? A lunatic.
Yeah, it was like
Anyway.
some German, Italian, Norwegian.
We can find that name, but let's move on to another lunatic. We talked about cannibals. It was the last episode or an episode before that. There was a cannibal crossbow killer, real D-bag. He's getting beaten up in prison quite often. But there's another cannibal. His name is Tyree Smith, and he is officially being let out of prison. He is going to be on a conditional release. Now, why is he a cannibal? Well, in 2000...
Well, he ate human flesh, I assume.
Yes. Indeed. Very good. Very good. In 2011, he killed a man named Angel Gonzalez. Then he confessed to eating part of his brain and, somewhat grosser than that, his eyeball.
Whoa.
You think the eyeball's grosser than the brain?
I think so, because it pops.
Yeah.
It's collagen. I'm not exactly sure what makes up an eyeball, but I can imagine it bursts like a gusher in your mouth. And the texture of the eyeball is going to be so mushy. Yeah, I think eyeball eating is actually worse than brain. I think brain you can almost trick yourself into thinking it's tuna.
Yeah, and the eyes have been exposed to the world.
You're right.
There's germs getting in there.
Yeah, what if you got to see everything that they saw if you eat their eye?
Whoa.
Oh my God. Did we ever find the name of the Don't Kill Cats guy?
Luca Magnotta.
Oh,
That's
God,
right.
What a scumbag.
Yeah.
And then his mom was like, Luca would never do that. It's like, I think you raised a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Murder could never happen here, and my son would never do that.
Yeah, okay.
Like Dylan Klebold's mom,
Oh, my God.
Susan, says, he was such a sweetie pie growing up. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, lady.
If you haven't seen Dylan Klebold's mother do a TED Talk, I am so conflicted on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting.
It is, but she doesn't seem to care
No.
that her son is a psycho.
Yeah, she doesn't care that she did anything. doesn't believe she did anything wrong.
She calls him suicidal more than homicidal.
Yes. He needed help. And it's like, okay, you're the one that lived with him.
Did help him.
Yeah.
You know, when he was torturing cats in the backyard, where were you?
Yeah.
It was, again, in an affluent neighborhood
Definitely.
in Colorado. That's why it got so much attention. And obviously, Columbine changed the face of this country as we know it. So Tyree Smith, again, the man who ate another man's brain and eyeball, he was found not guilty by reason of insanity in 2012 and ordered to spend 60 years at a psychiatric hospital.
Has it been 60 years?
No, it's only been 10 or so. 13 years. So now he's going to be on supervised release, 24/7 supervision. It's not easy to get an insanity defense, and especially to get considered not guilty
Yeah.
because of insanity. Interestingly enough, Hinckley was never convicted. He was found not guilty when he tried to kill Ronald Reagan.
Wow.
Because they're like, you're batshit.
Yeah.
And yet he's on YouTube now.
And he's a musician.
All of his shows get canceled, though.
I know,
do
which
they
is
really?
ridiculous. Yeah, they
Oh,
all
okay.
do. They booked Hinckley in Brooklyn.
And then people go, boo, we can't have him here. And then they cancel it.
What are we doing? Let the man, I want to listen to Hinckley's music.
Yeah, we got to have him on the podcast.
We sure.
Then we'll cancel on him.
No. Hinckley's been through enough. He never
Has
got
he?
to marry Jodie Foster.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was barking up the wrong
Yeah,
tree.
he's
She was a lesbo the whole time.
If you,
Oh,
if you
I know
like,
that's the biggest tragedy. He's like, God damn it.
yeah. Yeah, those tend to be most of the trees in the forest these days. From my research.
He's been through a lot. So was Ronald Reagan's leg.
No, technically though, if you are a big Ronald Reagan supporter, if you're a fanboy or you stan Ronald Reagan, you should thank Hinckley because he's the reason that Reagan went through the roof in the polls.
Yeah.
Because
Very
everyone's
true.
like, oh yeah, he might be a total fucking asshole, but look at him live.
Right?
And same with another politician recently.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's also very ironic when it comes to Ronald Reagan that he was one of the people that wanted to shut down so many of these psychiatric facilities across the country. Obviously, some were mismanaged, but definitely threw the baby out with the bathwater on that,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
which led to a lot of homelessness and many of the people you see on the side of the highway today.
Yeah.
So do they say that Mr. Smith has been rehabilitated in a significant way?
That's what they're trying to say. So they say that it's a conditional release. He'll be administered meds daily, I hope so, which has been super effective in managing his mental disability. So that
It's
should
just
be,
Ozempic.
yeah, exactly. He's just like looking
So he's not
thinner,
hungry anymore.
looking thinner than ever. I haven't even wanted an eyeball in like fucking 24 hours. I got to get back on my Wegovy. So, as for whether Tyree will see the real world or ever be solo, most likely not. So he's going to have like a buddy with him the whole time. He just
Like-
gets to hang out. This is kind of fun for him.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, what is this surveillance? So it's a buddy? Because you said 24/7.
It's going to be 24/7. I'm sure he'll be wearing some kind of ankle monitor or something of that nature.
Yeah.
And then he will have, I guess, some kind of keeper
Yeah.
who's going to make sure he takes his meds and doesn't go eat other people's brains.
Okay.
Here's my pitch. If you're trying to get this guy out of jail, whether you're the lawyer or, the people protesting, great. He can go out. He stays at your house now. What now?
What now?
Are you going to want him to stay there? Because I don't
Well,
think so.
Well, okay, but let's have a little empathy. First of all, it was 13 years ago. So
Okay.
time has passed. He might be a little cuckoo in the head. I don't think he needs to be staying in like the guest house.
No, he stays in bed with you.
In bed with me?
Yes.
I'm not trying to have sex with him.
No, you got to keep watching
And
him.
he cooks you dinner.
Vanessa said he's going to eat his buddy in all caps.
Well,
That's what it's leading towards, isn't it?
as Alejandro unironically said, he's being put on Ozempic.
Yeah.
He's going to be thin in shape. He's going to have a movie career at some point.
He's going to be able to have the physical ability to hunt people now.
Well, that's true.
His buddy is going to look like Ray Liotta from Hannibal with his scalp half off.
Yeah. Feed him to the pigs.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Well, I wish him well,
kind of.
I mean, by that I mean that he doesn't eat anybody else.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I think it does seem to me like it was more of a taste than an eating.
Right.
A little bit of brain.
It's a texture thing.
It's more of a texture thing. An eyeball. He didn't gnaw on the person's arm or leg. He didn't put them in a vat and cook them.
Right.
I think he was just more, again, probably going through a psychiatric moment.
Yep.
And then was like, look at all that brain there. What would it be like if I had a little nibble?
And could he become a celebrity from this? Because Kyle once covered a story about Issei Sagawa out of
Yes,
Japan,
of
who
course.
he killed a German woman and ate her.
Celebrity cannibal.
And he was rewarded with like a TV show or something.
TV show, and he did like meat reviews for different restaurants as like a wink wink. Isn't that fun?
Absolutely. That story is insane.
It is.
Disgusting.
He's huge. Very famous.
So maybe Mr. Smith could do like a boba tea review.
Yeah,
you know,
does he-
eyeballs.
But does he have the it factor? Does he have the carte blanche?
We'll see.
I have to watch. I have to audition him.
It remains to be seen.
It does. Sleep. So if you are keeping guard of him, sleep with one eye open. And, just be like, don't forget, my eyes are all gross tasting. I just let him know all the time.
And if you
Like I
wake
put a
up,
bunch of cayenne pepper in my eye again, so you don't want to eat that.
if you wake up smelling like garlic and meat tenderizer,
Ooh, it's warm in here.
Hey, what you doing, Tyree? What you up to?
Nothing.
Okay, you're not planning on cooking my brain, are you?
he trips like whoops, and all the pepper flies on you.
Hey, why'd you run a bath for me with a bunch of onions in it? Just get in.
Good for the skin.
Yeah.
It might actually be. It might be. We were talking about salmon sperm facials yesterday. So people do a lot of wild things
Yeah.
for skin
All right.
protection. Well, speaking of famous murderers, Luigi Mangione, he is in an interesting predicament. So obviously he is on trial for killing Brian Thompson, the CEO of a very corrupt healthcare organization. He has begged, this is Luigi, he is begging fans to stop sending him photos. That's how popular this guy is, where he's like, I get it. You all want me, but can you please stop sending me all of these pictures? According to his defense fund, the alleged killer cannot keep up with the amount of photos that are being sent his way. What a bizarre twist in this man's story. He's so famous now. Do you think that this is going to make him more, because they're attaching terrorism charges? Do you think they're going to throw the book at him more? Or will they simply say, well, he is pretty famous. He's also going to be great on a reality show. Let's let him out in 20 years to make some money off the guy.
I think they don't want him to see the light of day ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be too influential.
Right.
He already is. So, I mean, yeah, they got to wait till he's ugly at least to set him back.
That's true. And he will get ugly, ladies.
Oh my God. You can tell he's gonna be really ugly.
Yeah.
Can you?
Like in his
Take it from Alejandro and I. He's gonna get real gross, girls. And then you'll be like, ooh, Luigi Mangione. And I'll be like, yeah, well, look at me.
What about me?
What about me? I didn't even
Yeah, well, Ben, like we're gonna look good in our older years.
Yeah,
you know, so
absolutely. Get cancer, lose some weight.
the pretty boys are the ones that have to worry.
That's
There's
true.
no place to go but down.
Yeah.
Luigi is so. This is what they say. Luigi is allowed to receive photos via Shutterfly and free prints in accordance with mail procedures while in custody. However, due to the volume of photos, they could no longer be shared because literally the folder was too much. And Shutterfly was like, bro, you're too cool.
We're shutting it down.
We're shutting it down. So they go on to say, Luigi appreciates the photos that are sent and kindly asks that the people send no more than 5 photos at a time. Please note that every photo that is received is screened and reviewed by law enforcement. So I don't think he's allowed to get snooch photos, butthole pings. I don't think he's allowed to see ladies wink it.
I don't know. OJ got, porn in prison.
Did he?
But now Luigi is not yet in the big house. He's still awaiting trial.
True.
So, but then again, maybe he can then because he's not officially guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So does he have the right to see boobs?
I mean,
Anyone in the chat? No. Again, go to our Patreon, Die Bud. Let us know what you think.
in this picture
ahead.
in this picture that we have here, he looks like a young, hot Beekman from Beekman's World.
That's right, and that's what he's going to grow up to be.
Yeah.
Big old friends with a rat.
Or he looks like Eugene Levy's other son.
What Eugene Levy thinks he looked like.
Yeah.
I do love Eugene Levy, and his boy is a very funny young man.
Absolutely.
And the thing about his case, too, is that if he gets out, would be a popular celebrity, because look at the Boston bomber. Like, that guy killed a kid.
Yeah.
Like, that is just, there's no getting around, like, his crimes. But Luigi, like, he killed some asshole CEO who was hurting a lot of people.
Right.
So you can almost forgive that after 20 years.
Oh, for sure.
You know, a lot of people already have.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't forgive. I think they applaud.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
But
like,
of course, Brian Thompson was was United Healthcare trash? Yes. But no one deserves to be killed in the middle of the street.
Of course not.
But we know that.
Yeah.
So,
especially not shot in the back.
Yeah.
but then he does have the words on there and shit, and the gun he used is like, whoa.
3D printed gun.
As I've said before, this is the Joker sequel everybody actually wanted,
Yeah.
not the fucking musical.
Yeah. Oh,
No
God.
Gaga.
No Gaga, although she's that. Anyway, we're not talking about Joker 2. This is a show about murder,
Or
not true.
Gaga.
Yes. Ugh. I made it through 30 fucking minutes of that thing.
Oh, I watched
it's
the whole
awful.
thing for some reason.
Because you're a sadist like that. You like to what? You like to say, well, you sat through every David Lynch movie for crying out loud. So, as of this Tuesday, a fund has raised $616,000 in favor of Mangione. He says, I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written to share their stories and express their support. It's very, very interesting. This has to be working out better than he even expected. He's like, when any luck, they're going to think I'm a hero. But my God, I didn't realize how heroic they were going to think I am.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
everyone has a bad healthcare story.
Right. And this one's different too, because a lot of murderers, it's scientifically proven that there are women out there that need violent men, they feel the need to breed with them because they'll be protected.
Well, because they're in prison.
Yeah. And this one, it's like guys are even on board for this. So he's getting everything. He's probably getting a lot of guys being like, hey, this is what I look like.
Yeah, I'll send him a spread. I'll send him a real hot spread.
Yeah. So usually it's just crazy ladies, but now it's everybody.
Yeah, Kyle, when I'm like, come in my room get your camera out, but you want to close your eyes, take a couple of hot shots. Get my taint in there.
There you go.
A whole series of different medical conditions can be diagnosed. So they say, he adds, powerfully, this support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions as mail has flooded MDC from across the country and around the globe. Well, it is impossible for me to reply to most letters. Please know that I read every one that I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more from you in the future. So
He sounds like a real chipper guy
he's reading fan mail all day.
for a murderer.
Yeah.
He's reading fan mail all day. And unlike the Sharnoff brother, who was put on the cover of the Rolling Stone,
Oh
such
my
a
God.
classy publication,
Oh, boy.
in no way a pile of trash. There was no sympathy for Sharnoff. There was some women who were just like, oh, look at him. He's kind of hot. Because literally the photos were, they were hot.
Yeah.
But there was a crazy sort of lust for him from girls,
A
you know,
little
like
bit,
that.
But I think as Kyle was saying, Luigi does sort of transcend.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a nicer story. That's what I'm saying. Even the Menendez brothers, look at all the sympathy they have now that you would have never thought 20 years ago.
Right.
But
Yeah.
even they have all that baggage.
Yeah.
You know, like with the parents and like Luigi just shot a bad CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's clean.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of different theories going on, even about his clothing. Several people theorized that Mangini wore green attire. It was an homage to the popular Nintendo character, Luigi.
Oh,
so people
No,
are
it's
like,
for
that-
Beekman, man.
It's for Beekman. I agree. It's for Beekman. That's the world I'm living in. But they're like, oh, he dressed up like the character.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? He's like Luigi from the Mario Brothers.
Yeah, but it wasn't like overalls that he was wearing.
Yeah, I think that was a stretch. Many of the protesters outside the courthouse were seen wearing Nintendo Luigi hats.
Oh,
That's
boy.
funny.
So they're moving merch.
And
Yeah.
it's good for Nintendo, this story.
I guess it. If you're Nintendo, you're like, we're coming up out of this.
Yeah, you can't address it, but you're not going to stop it.
Of course not.
What are you gonna do?
And they found a question mark block at the crime scene.
That's where he got the gun. He punched it out of there.
Yeah,
He killed him with a fireball.
he should have used a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to a story that involves potential murder, but it never actually happened.
Wow.
A Walmart worker, she's 20 years old. She was arrested for planning to kill 43 people on her day off after she had recurring dreams that basically told her to do just that. Her name is Keelan Paige Pascoe. And you know how sad are you to go to work on your day off?
Yeah.
That's awful. So that's how much she hated her coworkers.
Yeah.
So she would have dreams that she killed dozens and dozens of other employees.
So there's 43 working at that Walmart?
I guess so. It's better than the Walmart out here in Los Angeles. You can't find an employee.
Yeah, there's like 3 workers.
So the Arizona woman allegedly planned to, quote, carry out a mass casualty event at her workplace. They say Pascal described a reoccurring dream that she's been having where she comes to work at Walmart, shoots and kills several coworkers, and then shoots and kills herself. Pascal says she began describing a plan on how to carry out this in real life. This is according to investigators. They say Pascal would find someone who looks like her, kill her, and assume the deceased's identity, then come kill her coworkers, posing as the person that she had just killed.
She might have listened to our podcast. This happened in Germany where a girl killed a girl who looked like her to try to assume her identity and run away.
How'd it work out?
Not good.
Okay.
She got caught.
Mm-hmm. You most likely will.
Yeah.
So she wasn't going to kill herself ever.
No, she's going to kill someone else, and then they would think that was her.
I do think, yeah.
Or was she going to
Interesting.
kill herself as the new person, too, to
So
blame them?
technically, she's not even killing herself. She's like killing
Yeah.
Pam, the character she just took over. So the employee allegedly had an extensive hit list of 40 coworkers that that's a lot. She wanted to kill all of them.
Yeah.
And
40 is a lot.
How do you even know 40 of your coworkers? Like, you probably talked to a couple of
Right.
them. Hey, how was your weekend?
Yeah.
It's not like you're with everyone there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, Tony the Iceman.
Yeah. How many?
Tony the Iceman.
Yeah.
I love Tony the Iceman.
Like
He
Bobby.
works in the ice department. Walmart's always have an ice department. So police noted that the co-workers said Pascal's alleged date for the attack would have been March 2nd, 2025, as she did indeed have that day off. Why not just do it the day that you're working?
Yeah.
Why do you have to be like, I went in? So she's like, I don't want to do it. They trust me
Yeah.
to go to work and fulfill my duties as a Walmart employee. I will never, ever betray that trust. I'll do it on my day off.
Yeah. I'm not going to do this on the clock.
Yeah,
Get paid. Get
I
paid
know,
for shit.
exactly. Why kill yourself on your own time?
Right.
Punch in and then punch out, so to speak.
And of course, this is a positive story because none of this actually happened. Thank God.
Because they had the Minority Report.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she was talking. I think she was talking to a lot of employees, being like, I'm gonna kill Robert.
They
right?
can't shut up, can
No,
they?
they all want attention, and it's pathetic. Anyway, according to the police, they say when the complainant tried to be dismissive about Pasco's plans, Pasco seemed irritated and said, "No one believes me."
See, she wanted that people to be like, "Oh, you're scary."
Exactly. She also added that she was excited for the plan because that's how they'll know me. So she wants to be known as someone who shot up a Walmart on her day off.
Why is she giving everybody advanced warning? She wasn't really going to do it.
She wants to get caught in this way. She didn't end up killing anyone, but she still gets the attention.
I would have done it.
Yeah, you don't know what I would have done. I don't think you would have, Barry. I would have. I would have. So investigators, they interviewed her. She admitted to having a dream for 5 months straight that revolved around killing coworkers that she had real world problems with. This is why it's important when you go to work, you got to kind of bubble up.
Yeah.
You can have your work friends. That's why it's like, that's my work wife. That's my work husband. But as soon as you're off the clock, you're like, I don't fucking know you. And I wouldn't have talked to you, but we both got hired by that same dickhead boss that we don't like.
Yeah.
You can't get to the point where you really love a coworker or hate them. They just kind of have to be in and out of your life.
Right, exactly. And how do you even have 40 people that you're mad at?
It's on her. I think that she might be the problem.
Yeah, she might be.
Yeah.
Anybody could want to kill 4 or 5 people.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
right now.
Yeah, 40 people though, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there's no way she could have pulled that off. No way.
0.
She's not getting 40 fucking people.
No.
That's pathetic. That's the pro numbers.
Yeah. Luigi had his gun jammed 3 separate times. And he got it out each time and did it.
Right.
She's going to, freak out as soon as it jams up.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
I don't want to be sexist, but mass shootings is a man's job.
That's right.
Yeah, don't you think Luigi would have killed 40 CEOs if he could have?
If he could have.
That gun he had was pretty specific for that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, according to Pasco, after the first occurrence of the dream, she wrote a list of names of people from Walmart and her other job. When asked what the list was for, she says they were people she wanted dead. In response to the alleged threats, Walmart has released a statement. They say, the safety of our associates and customers is always a top priority. We're thankful for the partnership with police and are cooperating with the investigation. So she's also known for self-harm. Her most recent self-harm attempt was February 7th of this year. She has a lot going on.
Well, that's
too
sucks.
much.
Maybe needs to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And cool your heel. I would say cool your heels for a while.
Yeah, a little Zoloft will do.
Yeah, maybe.
And I assume they took away some shifts.
Yeah, she might be fired. She might be fired.
Okay.
But
Well, that
I'm pretty certain if she does go out and look for another job, granted there's going to be articles about her and stuff where she was like, I'm going to kill everyone. But I don't think Walmart can be like, yeah, don't hire her target because she's psycho.
Yeah.
I don't think they can legally say that.
Oh.
So she very well might be working at an Applebee's anytime soon.
Working from home probably sounds like her thing.
But then she's just going to, well, I guess just herself then. I hate my coworkers.
Yeah.
But it's just her.
Hopefully she doesn't have a cat.
Yeah. Jeez.
I also think dreams, we all have them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I had one with like a talking mouse
Oh,
and there was
good.
like a flying unicorn. I don't wake up confused. You know, like, oh,
Or be
do
like,
mice actually talk?
Right.
yeah.
Or like that weird imagery I saw with like the moose antlers and
Yeah.
the glowing eyes. Oh, that wasn't real?
Yeah. Or you're just like, this needs to become real. No, you can just leave it in the dream.
Yeah,
Leave it in the
I just
dream,
want to forget about it.
Yeah. God knows. Some dreams I do wake up and I'm like, why, Bren?
Yeah.
I could have dreamt about anything. Like I had a dream where I was looking at my phone. I woke up and I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking thing
You
ever.
just had your phone in your hand. You're like, ah.
Yeah. It's like, why am I looking on Instagram in my dream? My brain just needs to like be better.
I wish I could curate my dreams. I still have dreams where I have a big test. That classic.
Oh.
It's like,
Yep.
I would love to like the night before just pick all the topics for
Yeah.
my dreams.
I have a reoccurring dream that I have to go back to high school because they say that for some reason I didn't pass a math class. So I have to be back in high school at my age now, but with a college degree. And the whole dream, like, I have a college degree. Why do I have to be back in high school? They're like, well, it was a clerical error. It's so weird. But then for some reason, I'm better at sports.
Ah.
When I'm older.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's like Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fucking moron. That's what that means. So if she can make bond, which is $50,000, she will be monitored via an electronic monitoring device, and she will only be allowed to leave her home for certain occasions. Again, probably, I don't know, have
If
a lot
they-
on her mind.
If they made her a buddy for that cannibal guy.
Yeah.
That could be nice.
Yeah. They could help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. They can, she's crazy. He ate somebody's eyeball and brain.
Yeah, they're different types of crazy. They
They're different types.
work
And
each other out.
She never actually did anything. She just had very powerful dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe she's
Gotta
kind of
give her that.
maybe she's kind of a psychic.
Ooh, it's not a psycho. She's a psychic.
Could be. All right, lastly, another story of murder. A former SpaceX engineer allegedly killed his world traveler wife of 5 months and critically injured his mom during an awful attack in a small town in Maine.
Yeah.
Samuel Whitmore, 34, he was visiting his parents in Reedville, Maine, with his wife Margot, and the police were called at 10 p.m. His wife was a 32-year-old yoga instructor. She was found dead outside the home. Little cutie patootie pie. Along with that, Dorothy Whitmore, Samuel's 67-year-old mother, was found inside, suffering from injuries sustained in the attack. She was rushed to the hospital, where she is listed in critical condition. So no one really knows what the hell happened here, but it is quite bizarre. Police say that Samuel Whitmore fled the scene before cops arrived, but was found by a trooper a short time later and taken into custody. Samuel Whitmore worked for Elon Musk's founded SpaceX for 6 years, last serving as a senior avionics system engineer before leaving July of 2021. He's an MIT graduate.
Don't bring Boston into this.
Boston is full of murder.
Yeah.
And they say he's a passionate engineer and sailor and is honest, analytical, and even keeled under stress.
Oh, so seems like it.
But I don't think I think he's proven that to be wrong.
They were only married for 5 months.
That's all.
Like, this should be the happiest time of your life.
It really should be.
The hell?
He had a sailboat. It was a 50-foot sailboat. He would post pictures of himself on said sailboat. And there's the picture here, the mugshot. He looks like he may have had a small break.
Yeah, look
Jensen.
at that.
Yep, he looks like a mutual friend that nobody else knows. So very inside baseball there, Kyle. But indeed, he does look like an associate of ours who may or may not be insane.
Or he looks like a younger Bob Ross,
Yeah.
but with the cancer still.
Oh, gosh. Bless you.
He also looks like, what was the name of the guy? The Hollywood guy that went really crazy, but maybe he was just telling the truth.
Isaac Cappy?
Yes.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Isaac Cappy a little bit. Who maybe was just telling the truth.
He could be.
That Isaac Cappy thing is fucking nuts.
Yeah, I was watching some of it last night, actually. And he was going after Seth Green hard.
Really?
Why after Seth Green?
Because this is where I think he was going a little schizophrenic.
Okay.
He was saying that pedophiles use the word chicken to
I thought
describe
it was pizza.
Well, it's all sorts of different food. And then he had robot chicken, so he thought he was being very in your face about being a pedophile. And I don't know.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought the pedophile lingo involved pizza. That was sort of Pizzagate.
Yeah.
So anyway, Samuel Whitmore has now been charged with murder, and he is being held without bail. And who knows what's going to happen? But R.I.P. to his beautiful young wife and his mom. Come on now, you can't be doing that to your mother.
That's crazy.
My Lord.
Yeah, so it goes to show you that no matter where you work, you can still be susceptible to psychotic breaks.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Absolutely.
Walmart or SpaceX.
I bet you SpaceX would drive anybody nuts. A fucking bunch of lunatics.
Yeah.
You know, the people running the show are they're super nerds.
Oh, yeah.
They're evil,
Well,
egomaniacs.
I don't know about that.
All of them.
Anyway, all right. Well, that should be good for today. Tomorrow we'll cover a story about a sick surgeon who molested 299 people. But
Oh, that's fine.
we don't want to get into it today.
Of course, on the day I'm not going to be.
I know this is going to be really
Cover all
fun
the
for
good
everybody. No, this guy is fucking disgusting.
Ugh.
From 1989 to 2004, and the youngest victim is oh my god, they're aged 1 and the oldest is aged 7.
God.
Anyway, we'll
kidding
talk
me.
about that story later.
of shit.
Only the.
Do you have any good stories?
You want something good? You want
Yeah,
something
I
good?
do.
Oh god, let me see if I got anything today.
You know, just something to cleanse the palate.
Connecticut.
I got
cannibal.
eyeballs stuck in my teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see. No, really, the best story is the Connecticut cannibal who's
Reformed, actually. Yeah, you're
reformed.
right. That was
That's
a nice
on
story.
Reform. Luigi Mangione got a lot of fan mail, so that was kind
True.
of nice.
That was kind of
This is a story for another day too, but somebody married an AI robot and he says she's his rock. So we'll talk about that. So that's kind of sweet.
It's very sweet.
But no, it's mostly exactly what you just heard.
Well, there's one weird thing here.
Okay.
Thieves used a stolen credit card to buy a $523,000 lottery ticket, and the victim is willing to share the winnings.
Okay. Well, that's
That's
good?
a happy ending. Ish.
Okay. No, that's gonna work.
It was in Paris.
I like that.
That's Paris for
Yeah.
you. They're very fair like that.
I'm willing to share.
But shouldn't the credit card owner get all of it?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was still.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's Paris, so laissez-faire indeed.
Hey.
Do we have any comments?
We do. We have people are wondering who wins 40-something Ben versus 18-year-old Ben in wrestling.
You know what?
So if you did go back.
If I did go back,
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit more older,
Yeah.
wiser. I'm not as emotionally fragile, strong. Been through a lot in my life.
Uh-huh.
So I like to think maybe 40-year-old Ben I got old man strength now,
Ooh.
but I would have to lose a lot of weight because young Ben was in very good shape when it comes to conditioning.
Sure.
Probably 18-year-old wins.
Ah.
Probably. But he's got a lot going on in his head. The future is not known.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yep.
He just wants to do comedy and make people laugh.
Right.
Doesn't know how he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think 18-year-old Ben in the long run wins, although I could probably psychologically beat him
Yeah.
because I could do it right now. I'm doing it right now. So
Vanessa was saying her brain went to Steve Buscemi putting on the lipstick, crossing Billy Madison's name off his hit list when we were talking about the girl.
Yeah.
give him a call. If you bullied somebody, just give him a ring. Just be like, sorry about that. Don't feel the need to kill me.
Yeah.
Although nowadays, people don't really forgive.
Yeah. No.
No.
Panoman Oregon says Die Bud Live featuring John Hinckley Jr. Make it
Let's
happen.
go. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to hear more about that
We'll reach out.
incident,
Okay, well, throughout the shows, we'll play some Hinckley music.
Yeah.
He's probably going to come after us, though. Be like, did you have the rights to play my song?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's how we get in touch with them.
That is very true. Awesome. All right, everyone. If you want to join the show via comment, go to patreon.com/diebud. Kyle, he has got a baby to take care of.
Yes.
Alejandro, he's got a foot that he needs to go have surgery on. And of course, Jerry Aquino needs to support her wonderful, wonderful life. And hey, I could use a little love too.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for your support. Check out Death in Entertainment. As I mentioned, Jerry Springer is coming up next. And that episode is going to be very, very fun. A lot of information on Springer I did not realize. Complex man.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Simple show in many ways, but very complex.
Extremely.
Indeed. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Hail yourselves. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.